My first guest, Miss Jessel Alexander, my sister from another mister, is here, and we are going to speak on spending at Christmas. Jessel, as always, pleasure to see you, and good morning to you.
Good morning. How are you?
I am so good. I feel so peppy today. I feel so excited today.
nice,
Could be a
nice.
Friday vibe,
Oh, it's a Christmas
probably,
vibe.
or a Christmas vibe.
Yeah.
One out of the two.
Good
How
morning.
are you doing?
I'm doing well. I'm doing well, thank you. Yeah, I'm
So,
doing well.
we talking Christmas spending. That's a whole other vibe by itself. What do we constantly do wrong? That's the question that I have in my mind.
I don't even know if it's wrong. I want to start with it's the most wonderful time of the year. Christmas.
Yes.
And it's celebratory. We enjoy celebrating. We love it. And the thing about celebration, it comes with spending.
That's the thing.
And that is where I think that's where we get a little challenge. We call it a little challenge. Because I don't want to be a Scrooge. I don't want to be the killjoy. But Christmas or any celebration has a lot of emotion. A lot of emotion. And I think that's where we have the challenge, because I want to celebrate. I want to go out big. I want to do it large, you know. But on the other side, where are my finances? How far can my finances really take me? And that is where we have an unbalanced area, because our finances could probably only go here, but we want to celebrate big time. We want
So
to
we're
celebrate.
reaching higher, we're going higher.
Correct. We want to celebrate big time. So I say celebrate, but celebrate within reason. Celebrate within the confines of your financial resources. There's nothing wrong with buying curtains. Do we need curtains every year? And some of these things we need to start asking the questions, asking ourselves the questions. Do I need new curtains every year? As far as I see, curtains need storage because they're bulky.
Yes.
So sometimes a simple thing that we can do would be the curtains that I probably used in bedroom 1, switch them and use them in bedroom 2.
Right.
So my room looks a little fresh because I'm using curtains from another room. I didn't have to spend on
Get
new.
like a whole new set.
Correct.
Yeah.
Right? I didn't have to do that. So there are little things that we can do to keep us within the confines of our financial resources. Let's say you're in a family with 4 or 5 people, and we like to give gifts. We want to show our love to each other. You know, a simple thing, we could do a little gift exchange amongst ourselves. So we put our names in a basket, just like we do in work. And instead of I having to buy for 4 other members in my family, I'm really only buying for 1. But all of us would get a gift.
Yes.
Because we had our own little gift exchange. So we need to become creative. We want to celebrate Christmas. We want to spend. We want to enjoy the festivities. But we need to think in terms of how can we still enjoy that, but stay within the realities of what our finances are. I think our next big area is grocery shopping.
Yeah. Oh gosh, let's get into the grocery shopping.
Grocery.
Yeah, and especially when you carry those little ones with you,
leave
and
them
they
home.
pass, and they pick up.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. And maybe that's something that we really need to look at, because the other thing too is Christmas time, the grocery is crowded. So if you can leave the children at home, it helps with the crowd, and it also helps with how many things go into your basket.
Yeah, definitely.
Right? So leave them home, stay home, play. Christmas shopping at the grocery should be done within reason. Again, take the emotion out of the celebration. We're not killing joy here, but we need to be real, because for many of us, January comes. It comes. And we have a saying, yeah, January is a hard month. It doesn't have to be, you know. It really doesn't have to be. If we would plan, if we would, my favorite word, budget, if we would be very real about our situation. Yes, we can have people over. family, friends, celebrate, but do it based on what you can afford
Definitely.
and not what the culture says that we should be doing, or not what Mr. John up the road says we should be doing.
Yeah.
Let us remember what we have and where our resources can take us.
Definitely. And I think one of the things that is very, very challenging is being able to stretch your dollars as far as you can. For most of us, our salary payments come pretty early
Yes.
in the month of
Of
December.
Yes.
So therein lies that challenge.
Because the thing with December too is when you get paid, let's say around this time, the 15th, the 18th, your next salary is almost 6 weeks away,
Definitely.
right?
Yes.
And we know that. We know that the next salary is about 6 weeks away. Yet we allow ourselves to fall into, I'm going to spend it all now,
the
and I'll
emotion.
figure out, correct, I'll figure out, I would survive January kind of thing. And it just does not have to be like that. For many persons, they may borrow during the month of December just to celebrate.
Yeah.
Sometimes you have to ask yourself, is this wise? Is this wisdom? And we need to become wise about how we use our money, right? We need to become wise. Don't kill yourself for a season when you can manage it, because it is manageable. Huh?
Yes, it is.
It is not, and it is not a festival that cannot be managed. But we need to become less emotional about it and become very real about this is what I can afford. And the thing is, if we are truthful about our situation, family and friends can still come over and have a good time by us, you know.
Definitely.
Still have a good time. I may not have all the things that I had probably 5-10 years ago, but it's not always about that. We need to see that it's good to just be with people that we love and just enjoy
Yes, and
their
having
company.
that social interaction is important. So we're going to talk just a bit more about that when we return.
Not a problem.
We're going to take a break, guys. We're going to be right back with more brunch, a taste of Tobago. See you. It's not all the time you would have an immense amount of money or finances, or just that pathway that leads you to giving gifts to everyone and getting everyone involved. And let's touch on the importance of family, of togetherness, and that understanding during the season.
Right. So Christmas, for Christmas, family becomes more important. People feel the need for family to be important. Adult children tend to find themselves back in the family home that they grew up in. If their parents are there, everybody meets at the family home and so forth. So Christmas has a way of doing that, bringing people together. And that is important. And I think when it comes to the balance between family and money, we need to choose family, yes. And the whole thing should be family would understand that if we cannot do it as extravagantly as we did it 5 years ago when we met, what is more important now is that we are all together. We are together in one space. We are joking. We are enjoying each other's company. We may not be able to eat as much as we did before.
Right.
But at least we can break bread together, whatever that bread is. We can break it together and have a good time. And we need to place importance on those aspects as opposed to when I open my fridge, it's all full. I have everything. No, that is not necessary.
And that's where the emotion,
correct.
You were talking about the
that's
emotion
it, because
earlier.
It's an emotional thing.
Yes.
I want to make sure that everybody could eat and drink when they come by me, and they could eat plenty.
Yeah.
There's no need to eat plenty when you come by me. I can offer you what I have. And if you are mindful of me, then you should be quite happy that at least I got something to eat and drink, whatever it was. But the company and the time we spent together, that was beyond what money can buy.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah.
And you know, one of the things that I want to revisit are Secret Santas. Now, this is, to me, this is a form of budgeting as well. Because usually when you have the Secret Santas, for example, my children and their specific groups that they're involved in would embark on a Secret Santa initiative. And usually the Secret Santa, there's a stipulated cost, and this is what you're allowed to spend. So sometimes it could be $50, $100, but it's stipulated so that you are not in any forum where you have to hang your hat where you can't reach it. And I think it's wonderful when you have the Secret Santa because someone is going to get a gift.
Definitely.
And you're not required to buy everyone
a gift.
A gift.
Correct. And that is a good way, again, which is the same thing I was saying about even in your own family to have that same concept. So we have a budget and each person can end up with a gift, right? One of the things that I find persons need to be mindful of as well, we work, and we've done that in the workplace or wherever, and sometimes you hear people say, but I bought X for this person and look what I got. And that is not what it's about. That's not it at all. It's just that whole concept of giving and sharing and showing appreciation. So even though the budget is $50, don't be so concerned about, this is what I got for $50. No. That is the wrong mindset. And we need to move away from that because it puts pressure, financial pressure on some people. Sometimes you may think $50 is a little bit of money, but for other people, especially when we do it, let's say like in schools, and I have 4 children, and each child is part of the Secret Santa in a different class.
Yes.
For you, it might be just $50, but for me, that's $200 that I have to come up with, right? So sometimes we have to be mindful that my situation is not the other person's own and vice versa. So when it comes to money and money issues and spending at Christmas, don't just be thoughtful about yourself because everybody may have a different situation. Sometimes I look well, but you don't know that I have nothing in my pocket.
Exactly.
But I look fine.
Exactly, yes.
Right? So don't pressure people. And sometimes they say, look, here what, I really can't participate this year. They may not want to come out and say to you, this is what is happening with me at home financially. So they simply say, I don't want to participate. Don't make an issue of it. If you can pay whatever the amount is for them to participate, then do it. But don't make people feel badly because they don't have the funds to participate in the work events. They don't have the funds to go to the grocery and have a big basket crowded high. Do not make people feel badly about that.
And that too is the emotion that we're talking about.
Emotion.
Because this is when it comes out. And so many of us feel that pressure. It's so immense. It's so massive. And then you feel the pressure. Some of us succumb to the pressure, and then we're spending basically what we don't have.
Correct.
We're spending so much more than we should be spending.
Very correct.
And for parents, especially, because I can speak for me, when you have different ages. You have teen, preteen, and of course toddlers or preschoolers, as the case might be. That in itself takes a lot of navigation around.
Correct.
Because the different ages, they want different things. They are attracted to different things. And so that in itself takes some navigation.
To manage it is not easy.
It's not an easy thing. And then you have the fees that pop up every month like clockwork.
This needs this, the school needs
You
that.
understand? The fees are another thing because you have to pay the school fees. And so this is also something that you have to keep in your mind.
That's right.
And
That's right.
really get in there and budget.
Yes, yes.
And do basically what you can because the emotion in it
Yes.
is what propels you to overspend.
Definitely. And the thing is, January comes. So Christmas is finished, January comes. January comes with, if you have children or even yourself that may be doing tertiary studies, that's a new semester or a new term.
Right.
Fees are due.
Yes.
Bills, the normal living bills, they are still due in January.
Like clockwork.
Correct, they're still due. So we have to be mindful, and somehow I feel January has more than 31 days.
Yeah, it creeps, huh?
Because January takes long. January is the longest month. I don't even know why. It feels like, oh my goodness, when am I going to get paid? The month is taking forever.
Yeah, it does. It
And
really
this
does
is
creep.
the reality. So because we know that, and as you said at the beginning, it's a cycle. We know January is coming. Then we need to do something a little differently in December to ensure that we can not just survive through January, but live. You know, I can live through January.
Definitely.
Plan it and stick to the plan.
And that's the thing. Planning is one thing.
Yeah.
Sticking to the plan.
Discipline. It's another.
That's the
It's
challenge
another.
there.
It's another.
Yeah, because you really have to really set out. And I use really so many times in that sentence just now because of the importance of having a plan.
Yep.
And it takes us right back to budgeting.
Yes.
It's always the foundation of
It's
the
your
whole
foundation.
framework. Yeah.
It's your foundation, right? So I would want to encourage people, enjoy the festivities. If you love it, enjoy the festivities, but be mindful. Allow yourself to be very real about your situation, about your financial situation, about the resources that you have available to spend on Christmas and Christmas festivities, right? Don't allow other persons to make you feel badly about it. Don't allow that. And I think one of the words that each of us need to become very comfortable with first within ourselves is no. I can't afford to do this. I can't. Sorry, I can't afford. As opposed to feeling badly to say that and then finding yourself in one pit, one deep financial pit that leaves you depressed, upset, miserable. What is it worth?
And that's always come January morning, as they say, because that January morning, that is like a bell, that's like a sounding bell that says, oh, so you're overspent for December.
Yes.
Well, I am here now.
Correct.
That is how January behaves.
Yep.
Creeping along, taking a very long time to end.
Yes.
And
Takes
we
so
are
long.
navigating as best we can.
Correct.
But I love the fact that you mentioned the emotion and taking the emotion out of it. Not allowing others' opinions to really govern or dictate how you spend.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Take control. You know your situation. You have to take control of it. And that is something that I think many people are challenged by because we are social beings and we like to be accepted and want to be accepted by others.
Right.
And finances have a big part to play in that whole social aspect that we are.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And you know, we could talk all morning, Jessel. You know, I love
As
talking
usual.
to you. And the conversation just flows and flows, but we are out of time, unfortunately.
Thank you so much for having me.
I am so blessed that you're here, and we have other discussions that we
Yes,
have to,
ma'am.
get to the forefront.
Yes,
But for now, we just want to wish you blessings
Thank you.
and success.
Thank you so much. I received that.
Right. So
Thank
we're going to
you.
take a break. We're going to be right back with more Brunch, a taste of Tobago.